Better subscribe because I just blinded myself for this. Lake Havasu Academy of Ninja Warriors.
It's
we got
more
Chad
of a,
Wilson.
like a municipal thing. So anyway.
All right, we got our package in today from Nov Sight. Now these guys are a good setup if you've spent too much money on your side-by-side and you can't afford any extra parts. This is where we're at. So we got Nov Sight, and we'll see how these mirrors work out. But it's kind of like a Sector 7 setup, but a lot cheaper. Open her up. There we go. So we got mirrors, and they got the lights on them. Now one thing I'm already noticing with these mirrors, I'll show you real quick. Especially with the Pro R, she's got a really, really wide hip. So this is going to kick out and be quite a farther out, which is really good. To be honest, I don't hardly ever use these mirrors because they don't do a whole lot for me because they don't kick out enough. So these are going to kick out a lot more, as you can tell. So it's going to be a better mirrors specifically for my Pro R. Also, I'm going to get some light here. So we're going to test these out and see how they go. But first, we got to hook them up and put them on. Got the manual if you know how to read. And got your switches. So we will hook this all up, put it in the car. We got our on off, ready to rip. So we'll put these on and we'll test them against like the Sector 7s and see how they do as far as lighting goes. Obviously they don't have the light that kicks out to point that way, but your mirrors are always going to be tilted a little bit, so I bet we'll get a decent amount of light, but we'll find out. We'll put them on and go from there. So I'm getting online to look at these mirrors, and all I'm seeing is bright lights in my eyes. Apparently I stared into these lights for you guys to test them a little too much because I can't see. I still can't see. Man, I stared into it way too much. So that one's for you guys. Better subscribe because I just blinded myself for this. Lake Havasu Academy of Ninja Warriors.
It's
we got
more
Chad
of a,
Wilson.
like a municipal thing. So anyway. But one of the most important things in lights is you could break them off if you hit a tree. So I'm going to demonstrate what my sensei showed me. And we're going to see, because my hands are like trees. Are you ready?
Let's see this.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, is it broken now?
Nope. You just go right back.
Voila.
Dang. That's a good
Snap.
light.
That's a good one.
That's one of the tests.
Did you kick it? See if it works when you kick it.
My sensei says I can't kick.
Are you not good enough at kicking?
Here, show me pulling up my pants first.
Okay, there we go. Sensei, kick it. Yeah! That was good. Is it broken?
Is it broken?
Oh,
Perfect.
perfection.
Perfect condition.
And one thing I will say, I was a little bit worried because of the price point, right? That this would look like crap after one little ride.
Yeah.
Like your Harbor Freight ones.
You want to show? So I did Harbor Freight lights.
He did Harbor Freight ones, and look at that. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but it's like, it just looks like a straight fog.
Yeah.
Like it's a permanent, like insane amount of dust on there is what it looks like.
They still work pretty good, but it doesn't look good.
It's
but
not
the
aesthetically
test, the test is when you
Yeah.
run this thing behind your Funko and see if they get sandblasted. That's hard to get. You got to go to like a tinting guy to get that done.
Because you have other lights that would run here much longer that have been sandblasted by other vehicles besides my Funko, and my Funko is. This doesn't look sandblasted.
No, so that's
so you can't blame the Funko on that when this is on here at the same time.
No, well, you know why it's like that, right?
Because it's from Harbor Freight.
That's a rigid light. You know, that's a.
I'm just saying you can't blame the
light.
Funko on that because it didn't do it to that.
I know, but it's a difference in the plastic. That might even be glass. I don't know.
Valid. Can you black belt these? White belt.
I'm gonna step on my suspension to do that. So these are Chupacabras. I have rolled this car or put it on its side.
Yeah.
And these mirrors survived.
They
So
survived.
that's kind of like a good
yeah,
test.
it's pretty obvious you rolled it.
Ah!
Okay.
You look like Mario.
Oh,
No,
solid.
no, no, no.
Solid.
Solid.
But these don't
How much
have,
did those cost?
These don't have lights, and they were more than yours.
How much?
I don't remember.
That's one thing that's like, even if these lights aren't amazing, they're still putting off light and they're cheaper than those.
In a show special, these are cheaper than these.
Yeah.
So These are nice. I like them.
I like how far they stick out
they
because
look
the
good
Pro
on
R
the
has
car.
wide hips. Alright, so we got the Funko with the Sector 7s. So, big, nice, fancy mirror lights. They point out this way, which is a really big positive. Also, straight up. So with the light bar and all of this, you get a ton of side light. But, they cost a lot. So, not everybody wants to spend this kind of money on a light for their mirrors. So, we do have another alternative. We have actually just barely put them on the Polaris Pro R from Nov Sight. They're, I think, about 6 times less money, so it's a substantial drop in cost. It's a really great benefit as far as that goes. You can still get some lights on your mirrors, and they're pretty good for being a sixth of the cost. So let me show you. One cool thing about them is there's a lot of different modes. Much the mode I'm going to run them in all the time when I run them. I mean, if you get on Novsight's website, I mean, you can get these mirrors for cheaper than you can just buy some mirrors. I mean, my mirrors before costed more than these mirrors, and they didn't come with lights. So that's how great of a price they are. Are you going to get 6 Sector 7s? Let's just see. So here we go. So I got it just all sitting at my house. That way we can just blind the garage and see if there's near as much light compared to the next two. So here we'll show you what these lights can do. No, I'm actually pretty impressed. So they are 139 bucks for some lights on your mirrors. And they have 3 different modes. Here, so you got your just straight light. Then you got just your ambers. Then your amber and your light. And then you got your flashers. And then back to that. So, looking at them right now, there's definitely quite a bit of light. As you can tell, they are kicking off to the side. My car's over here, so I'm definitely getting some side view mirror light. I don't know, for 139 bucks, you can't complain. Like, it's pretty impressive, to be honest. I don't know. I'm impressed pretty easily, but I mean, for 139 bucks, like, this is an easy no-brainer. If you're not gonna spend the money on the Sector 7s, these all day long. I mean, this is a lot more light, but it's, like I say, at the end of the day, I'm not saying that the 139 Nov Sights are better than a Sector 7, by all means. There's a reason why this costs like 6 times the amount, but I would say it's a huge price difference. So if you can't afford the Sector 7 that's not in the bank, I would go with the Nov Sights all day long and not be disappointed. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can't beat what the Sector 7 is going to do all the way from there to here. And I mean, I'm still getting a ton of light all the way to over here. So you're just going to get a lot more light and noticeably a lot brighter, but 6 times the price. Just from the mirror lights, you got that much light, so not bad.